All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to step into the shoes of an air crash investigator and see how they take a scene of just utter chaos and turn it into a source of clear, undeniable facts. So, how on earth do they do it?
Okay, so this is what investigators walk into. I mean, just look at it. A vast, completely overwhelming debris field scattered across an almost vertical mountainside. You can just imagine how daunting that is. It looks like an impossible task, right? Thousands of fragments spread out over kilometers. It is pure chaos.
So you're standing there, looking at all this. Where do you even begin? I mean, seriously, how do you start to make any sense of it? How do you even begin to read the story that this wreckage has to tell? That's the huge challenge we're going to break down right now.
Well, believe it or not, the work doesn't start at the crash site. Nope. It starts way before that, back at the drawing board, with something we're going to call the investigator's blueprint.
And this is such a key idea. Before you can even think about understanding what's broken, you have to know exactly what it looked like when it was whole. So this blueprint, this perfect schematic of the intact aircraft, it's the most essential tool they have. It's the reference point. Every single piece of wreckage they find is eventually going to be compared against this original form.
Okay, so with that blueprint burned into their minds, the really painstaking work of decoding the debris can finally get started. And this is a slow, methodical, piece-by-piece process of identification.
So where do they start? Well, usually they hunt for the big, distinctive sections first, things you can't miss. Take the vertical stabilizer, for instance. Even completely mangled, you can see how the piece they found on the mountain is an unmistakable match to the blueprint. Its shape is just so unique. And just like that, you've got the first piece of the puzzle.
But, sometimes it's not about the shape at all. It's about what's on the surface. The airline's livery, its paint job, it basically acts like a fingerprint for the aircraft. A piece of crumpled fuselage might not tell you much by its shape, but that distinct pattern, that's an immediate, positive ID. No question about it.
And this just goes to show you how absolutely crucial even the tiniest details can be. Every single aircraft has unique registration number, kind of like a license plate. The blueprint shows this plane was D-IPX, and look at this. This small fragment with just the letters PX visible confirms it. It's a definitive 100% match. Another piece of the plane's identity is locked into place. And that's the real takeaway here. Nothing is just junk. Every single fragment, no matter how small or how twisted it looks, is a data point. It's a clue that helps tell the larger story of the aircraft's final moments.
And this same process, this matching game, it applies to literally everything, from simple panels to really complex mechanical parts, like this landing gear assembly. You find the piece, you match it to the blueprint. Every match is another component accounted for, another piece of the puzzle found. Okay, so identifying all these pieces is a massive job, but believe it or not, that's only half the story. To really understand what happened, investigators need to know more than just what they found. They have to know exactly where they found it.
And this part is so important. I can't stress it enough. Knowing what a piece is, yeah, that tells you something. But knowing where it landed, that tells you about the incredible forces that put it there. The physical distribution of the wreckage, that's a story all on its own.
So as each piece is identified, like the stabilizer, that livery fragment, and the wheel we just saw, its precise GPS location is surveyed and meticulously plotted onto a map of the crash site. And slowly but surely, out of all that chaos, a data-rich picture of the impact event starts to take shape. All right, so they've built this incredibly detailed map. Once it's complete, what does it actually tell them? What secrets does the pattern of the wreckage reveal?
This map, this is where the story really comes into focus. It can tell you about the plane's speed and its angle of impact. It shows you how heavy parts, like the engines, travel way differently than lighter parts from the cabin, and that reveals the aircraft's orientation when it hit the ground. But maybe most critically, it tells you one fundamental thing. Was the plane intact when it crashed? See, a compact debris field like this one suggests the plane hit the ground in one piece. A long, stretched-out field, on the other hand, that points to the terrifying possibility that the aircraft actually broke apart while it was still in the air.
So let's go back to that first image we saw, that scene of just overwhelming chaos. It's not just a mess anymore, is it? Now you can see it for what it really is. By combining the blueprint, the identified fragments, and their map locations, investigators have literally transformed this scene into a readable, forensic document. It's just an incredible testament to how methodical, painstaking work can pull absolute clarity from a catastrophe.
And, this whole process of taking scattered, chaotic data points and weaving them into a coherent story, that's not just for crash sites. It's really a powerful reminder that patterns exist everywhere, all around us. And it leaves you with a pretty big question, right? What other invisible stories are hiding in the data all around us, just waiting for the right blueprint and a methodical eye to bring them to light?